Personally, I'd rather play against ETF than NEH,
Yeah, I would agree.
but I don't think it's easy.
It's not.
It's they get if they get the economy going, I think they can out economy noise and put too much pressure on them and build up that ice wall where they just can't get through it.
Yeah.
And
Because they can tax Faust out. I mean, Faust, I know that Noise gets to draw a lot of cards once you get the Pancakes Wildside engine online, but when you're having to break an Eli or when you're having to break a Turing, I mean, you are having to either find different solutions for it. You're talking about high-strength ice that usually doesn't die very easily or quickly to Parasite.
Yeah.
And I know we saw earlier where Alec is playing at least one Cyberdex Virus Suite, and that is a really rough card at certain times if you time it correctly.
You could destroy a board. You've got to keep that in the back of your mind. They got a face down
Yeah.
card.
So let's look at opening hands. We got 2 agenda, wall of static, and I think some money for Alec, and then Holly. I don't know, shuffling. I thought I saw a deja vu at some point, but can't quite see what she's working with over here. I think I saw an imp flash its face, and okay, she's decided she is throwing that away. I mean, usually when I play Noise, and curious to get your perspective, Pacer, if I've got one of the other, Wild Side being preferred, or Aesops, and virus cards, which usually I play a lot of, usually that's good enough to keep in most matchups.
It's hard for me to toss back a Wild Side.
Yeah.
I mean, if my opening hand is Wild Side and like medium, nerve agent, something, I might toss that back if I feel gutsy, but for the most part, I think you just take the Wild Side.
Yeah. You'll draw the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So let's see if we were going to shuffle up again. Let's see if the next 5 that she draws, if she likes that any better. But we're going to go with the classic Ice Hedge Fund. Never a bad ETF turn when you're 2 ice with 10 credits. So Clot and Deja Vu, or Clot and Cash. All right, so I mean, that's a very keepable hand. I mean, certainly the Clot may not be as impactful if he does draw the Cyberdex, but milling cards, never a bad thing. So we've got Cash into Data Sucker. Didn't see if she had the Aesops in hand to actually get some money back from this, but see if she actually checks what she milled.
Probably wouldn't be bad with a Data Sucker. At least you get some value out of it.
She is taking a look. All right, pop up, and I didn't see Turing, I think, underneath.
Yeah, it looks like a Turing.
Okay. So not bad. Certainly the Turing is one you're happy to hit, because if you have to deal with that with what's his name, if you have to deal with that with either Parasite or Faust later, that's certainly one you're happy to just get rid of.
I think she should have paid for that. I've had worse. I don't know if she did.
Did not see that. That's a good question. So we got
She
there's
should be
the
at 5.
Cyberdex.
Yeah.
I don't know, Ben, if you want to.
Yeah, I think she should be at.
Yeah.
She should be at 4. 5. She should be at 5.
Yeah. So we got Jackson drawing up. He did find the Cyberdex virus suite I saw.
Okay.
So, at least he's going to have that available. Hopefully he can start pulling some shenanigans if he's able to protect himself long enough to get that going. Awesome. So we got that corrected. First Jackson out of the game. I mean, that has always been, since the card got printed, that's the biggest, at least, counter against Noise, even though it only really slows them down. The thing that I find more exciting is Alec going to be able to trigger that beta test? Because we have seen a lot of fired beta tests today, which makes me happy. All right, so we got Daily Cast rolling. Yeah, I mean, he's got enough money. If he wants to biotic beta test with Jackson, I don't know if he still has a Jackson.
No,
in hand.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, do you have no? Okay. Let's see a San and Adonis. Looks like NAPD.
Yeah, and I think this is an interesting turn where, does he want to try and score that out by getting a San online, or does he just want to biotic it out?
I think you lay the San. See, if you had a piece of ice, I'd say the San and ice.
Yeah.
Without a piece of ice, this might be what he's waiting for.
All right, Eli, happy to see that, protecting you on R&D. See if Holly gets through that. All right, so she's going to look at the Cyberdex first. Does she trash? I think she should.
She has to trash. You can't let
No way you can leave that.
Yeah. Your imp tokens are too valuable.
Yeah.
You don't want to. You want them to lose a turn.
It is nice because having that there will punish if she tries to check archives later. If you have to make the choice of wiping your virus targets. Oh, Touring's nice.
Oh, now he's good. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, hedge fund and then Touring into Sansan next turn. That would be a nice setup.
That's what I would do. But I'm not a good ETF player, so I don't know.
Let's see. I don't know if he's out of clicks at this point, so he can't put down Sansan. But yeah.
Oh, you should have one more. I think he just hedge fund.
Okay.
Stalled. And maybe just gained a click.
Okay. All right, so we've got some daily casts going, but we need to get ASOPs, we need to get Wildside. We got a lot of the combo left to go to get Noise really at full power. I see a medium. That's not going to do much unless she can parasite or do something about that Eli.
Yeah, I can't see her hand too well, but she probably just needs to draw.
I see a David. Yeah, David's not relevant right now.
Yeah.
Could help with the Touring, but nothing behind that quite yet.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the point at which I would either lay down the Sansan, make her come after you at this point, because he's got a clear money lead.
Yeah, I think Holly just needs to really get probably Wildside going.
Yeah, and this is where, you certainly as a Noise player, this is where you want ASOPs the most. If you could sell, the Data Sucker's not going to do a lot with that Cyberdex right now. It's like you could sell that, just get some money going so you could actually start to install all the stuff out of your hand.
I think she just drew a shard, a Hades shard, I think.
Okay.
In which case now would not be a bad time. What I would do is just run archives and install it. See, he has a Jackson face down, and you get value, you get your Data Sucker
token. That makes sense.
Okay. Oh, good, good.
All right, so Wildside, we've got piece one of the Wildside Pancakes combo. Does he go for the score? I think he's trying to figure out what's the likelihood if he triggers beta test.
Let's still leave him about $12, $13. I'd go for it. I don't know if
I think he's at, if I'm reading that right, he's at 20. Yeah, he is HB rich. There you go. And look, let's see. Does he snap reach for the deck? Oh, just passes. Alec.
Man, playing smart.
You're
I can't
killing
believe that.
me.
I know.
You put all this ice in your deck. It sure would be nice to res it for free. Oh, man. Okay, well, we pass back, so Holly's drawing up.
That's putting a lot of pressure on her.
And this is the point. She's lost the opportunity to really deny. Lamprey's not going to do a whole lot because he's rich.
Not.
It's always nice to be able to still sell it, get a little value off the mill. But, some of the options that Noise has to kind of lock you down earlier are definitely gone at this point.
You got to do something. You got to get it maxed or something here.
The Director Haas is going to be a nice one if he's able to score that out next turn, or he may hold that. I don't see, he doesn't have a ton in the bin, but certainly against Noise, if she doesn't check and she's milling ice, he can just Director Haas, make a new server, put some assets in there.
I think I would have.
Oh, Kronos.
I think I would have played the Clot.
Yeah, this is going to be nice. He can take Clot out of the game if he wants to score this Kronos. I'm sure he's thinking, is this the right time for it, though? A little early, but getting that cash and getting that Clot, that's never a bad hit.
Now, it's funny. Holly discarded a Clot. I definitely would have played that.
Yeah.
Just played it. Have the clone chip back up.
All right. Well, let's see. I think Alec's looking to hit some more targets before he scores it. But yeah, there's no Faust online at this point. She does have David available if she wants it. But, it's definitely going to cost her a lot to lay that down. Ooh, Heimdall. Yeah, David's not going to do much about that. But here's the thing. She's actually gotten HB relatively low on money. Well, it looks like she's giving him the Kronos project.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so Alec changing in his money. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go ahead and score that. I still think, anytime you're taking a cash out of the game that could have been Deja Vu'd and a Clot out of the game, I think that's a perfectly reasonable hit.
Yeah, I think this is looking in Alex's favor. He has a Next turn, he's probably going to lay the Adonis. He could score the pet project if need be.
Yeah.
Or he just lays it down. That's fine.
Yeah, he knows he's safe at this point, and I don't blame him.
Holly should probably be good if she could lay down a David and an Imp and just run in there and get rid of the Sand.
I mean, what do you do if you're Holly at this point? I mean, I feel like HQ, he's scored so many out of hand that you probably don't feel like he could possibly be holding anymore. Eli, when you don't have Parasite or any quick way to deal with it, Eli is not, and server that he can afford to res ice in front of. I mean, R&D is not the greatest play. Do you just go into turbo mill noise mode at this point and hope to hit something?
Well, so it's just 4 clicks. You can run R&D, click through Eli, get a counter on medium, and it can snowball from there. It does put some pressure on him. It has to do something. There's no reason not to check, maybe check archives right now because you're not going to lose anything with the CVS.
It's tough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because static, I mean, that's the thing is the great part about playing HB, their ice has such high strength that when you don't have a bunch of built-up data sucker tokens already, Parasite is just real slow at this point.
It is. It's.
Oh, wow. She's even, let's see, not even able to sell with Aesops, it looks like.
And she'll lose the counters.
Yep. Yeah, it's going real well for Alec. I mean, this is everything he wants. He's given up 0 points even after a bunch of virus installs, and certainly has that remote server on lockdown. Yeah, I mean, he could get another Sand back in if he wants it, just as protection and backup.
Could. He has 2 pieces of ice and a CVS. CVS is kind of interesting to put back into play.
Yeah, you could just put ice CVS just to have it protected.
I think so. He also has an Adonis in play. So I think that's why I do CVS, Adonis, Ice.
Yeah, that Haas project did a lot of work there. I mean, that CVS, if there's a way for Holly to get back in this game, to your point, it's going to be probably off of that medium. And if you can rob that at instant speed.
She wants to draw into a Faust right here and maybe a Parasite. She could clunk it back to cash, get the cash, play the Faust.
Yeah.
Play a Parasite, get through R&D, see 1 card, but load up her data suckers. And next turn, she might be able to crash through and do a lot of damage. I think that's the line of play she has to go through. She has a Parasite. I'd play that Parasite.
Yeah. And this is where Aesops would do so much work because she has the cash. You could sell it. You could Deja Vu to get 2 more, and then you could really go insane, go into noise mode, and just start milling stuff. But without Aesops, I mean, it's just costing you so much money to do that.
So I wouldn't count noise out right now. They're definitely behind that project hurt, not having the Aesops hurt. But it's not a bad board.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think if you're Alec, would you have installed by this point any ice on archives? Do you think leaving that open is a wise decision, given that there's probably nothing that Holly can immediately do? And, for me, I'm like, I don't know that I'd want to just lose the game off of a random couple of mills and run archives without having some protection.
I think right now Alec's pretty broke, so that's a problem. But I think until she can answer both those pieces of ice.
Yeah.
Now, with 2 mediums, I actually might think about it. I think Holly's best play now is to put the Parasite on the wall of static. And if she has a Hades shard, run archives, load up your data suckers.
Yeah.
Next turn, if Alex doesn't purge, he's in for a world of hurt.
Oh, wow. Good hit, at least, off the 1 agenda.
Still doesn't get the data. Oh, no, he did. He installed the CVS. Ooh.
Okay.
It's about to turn around. This might do what Noise does.
Noise finds a way. Noise can always find a way back into games. And that's the hard part, because he could score, if he wants to score the Vitruvius in hand, I mean, he can install to gain a credit and then score it off the Sand. Do you just race at this point and say, hey, I'm going to get to 6, and then just hope that you can't mill me out from here? Or do you try and protect yourself? I mean, at this point, I'm kind of, the conversation we had earlier, if I don't want to go long against Noise. If I can get to 6 points, Ash is an interesting one. He just doesn't have enough money to really make the most of it. Yeah, I like this. Just race Noise. If you top deck an agenda, Holly's still only at 2. It is unfortunate, though, not having money. I mean, that Ash could potentially do a lot of work to protect him against that medium.
Well, I think you play the Parasite there. Because you don't need money to go through Eli.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, at this point, it's like you need repeated medium runs to close out this game.
Yep.
But to your point, you can always just luck it off of a noise mill and, hope to see it out of archives. That is always a strategy.
This isn't too bad. Yeah, I mean, I think. I don't know if she drew with wild side or not. Yeah, I think she has to draw with wild side. She didn't draw with wild side.
Okay.
David didn't do anything there. There's no reason to do this. Yeah,
Yeah, with Biotic in hand, I mean, I don't know that this is the threat. I know she hasn't seen Biotic because she hasn't been running HQ, but this is one where I'm sure Alec is more than happy for her to make this run and burn a David and burn a turn to try and trash something that he doesn't even need.
Yeah, I think her line of play was Parasite Wall of Static.
Yeah.
Run, kill the Wall of Static, run HQ, load up the data suckers, run back to R&D, install the Parasite on the Eli, something like that, something along those lines.
Yeah, so now he's protected archives at this point at least. I don't know that I didn't see what he put down. I don't know if he can actually pay to defend himself if she runs there, but I do think if next turn he's just going to take money, then having something there that you could potentially res to save you from losing is not a bad idea.
I missed something. When she accessed the Sand, wasn't the CVS on top of the Sand?
I think it's in the far remote, that the 2-card down remote.
Okay.
But that's the dangerous part is the fact that turn past. Yeah, and this is the question is, does he play defensive and just try to click up to get to Biotic? He does have that NAPD, but certainly he's going to leave himself exposed for a turn and just hope not to lose it. So let's see. Install, credit. All right.
This is so, as an HV player, she did toss her other clone chip. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the board is the board at this point, and Holly doesn't have Faust out. She doesn't have any way. She doesn't have a way to insta-parasite, so, at least Alec knows what he's up against.
I think she's missed a couple of draws with wild side.
That's the reason to play noise, too, right? You draw your cards.
Yeah,
you worked hard to get Pancake Lady down.
Spent six credits for it.
So we got Daily Cast going.
So that's
how many caches have gone in unused or unsold to ASOPs? And again, it's just
so painful.
That's variance that you deal with as noise. That can happen, but it's just really tough. Okay, so we got the Wall of Static down.
Click through it.
Yeah. I totally agree with your line, Pacer. I think that is the path to victory if there's going to be one.
She'll see 2 cards, load up data suckers.
Does have enough to steal an NAPD if she sees it. Steal. I didn't even see what agenda. Another Vitruvius. Okay. All right. Well, let's see if we can get there.
Alec should have res the Adonis, but it's hard to play. I know when you're playing on camera, especially this type match, you forget so much stuff.
Well, here's the nice thing. He put Architect down. So Architect can't get Parasited down. She doesn't have Faust out yet. So I do think this buys him a little bit of time to look at his deck, get something into one of those, behind the Heimdall or wherever. But still, I mean, he would much rather her not run, and they could Biotic out that NAPD, hopefully, that I think he's installed down already.
It's a lot of money. 6 credits.
He's at 7, so he can Biotic,
okay.
and I think it's already on the board, if I'm not mistaken, that Heimdall server.
Oh, I got you.
So he's got the win in hand, as long as he doesn't lose it on this turn, but if she forces him to res Architect, then he's back to square one. All right, so we got Clone Chip. Alex just hoping to himself that he can buy a turn. I think you have to res Architect here.
Do you? She'll see 3 cards, but it's her whole turn.
Yeah.
If he has 7 credits and she doesn't win off 3 cards, so she'll need 3 agendas, then you'll win with the NAPD. No, you'll be 1 credit short.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, I don't know what she's bringing back in. Architect, gonna fire. Now this is the tough part.
That's cool. You can put the Breaker Bay down underneath the Adonis.
Yeah.
He's safe for a couple of turns.
And he can res the Cyberdex for free if he puts it there.
Oh, you're right.
That would be a nice play.
Let's
see if he sees it. That would be huge.
Yep.
He gains a credit off of that to go to 4.
He put it in one server. I don't know what server.
I don't think it's in the CyberDeck server. But, yeah, I would do the medium clear all day. Just at this point, that's the only way you lose the game. And he knows that multi-access is going to see that that agenda that he knows is the third card. So let's see what we got. Okay, yeah, there he sees it. Okay,
good.
I don't know if he got his money off the install.
He was at 7, Architect's 4. He's at 4 now, so he's good.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's got it. Okay, good.
He's at 4 credits.
Every credit is going to count at this point. See how she deals with Eli. Did she bounce? Okay. That's interesting. I don't know. I mean, I want to see those cards, even off an Architect trigger. All right, so I think we're going to – she's chasing after that remote. I think we're going to get the CyberDeck's res. You may as well get value out of it now.
Just res everything.
Yep. She only has 3 credits. Oh, that's beautiful. That is a server.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful server if I've ever seen one, because she's the 3. You know, you've got to trash the CyberDecks at this point, because if he can just use that at will, you're not going to win his noise. All right, so she's giving him the Adonis. Yeah, there we go. Good game, guys.
He doesn't have enough money. No, he does get 4. Oh, it's free. Oh, you're right. Yeah,
just biotic'd out.
Oh, wow.
Once he got the Adonis money. So, yeah, that Architect fire was huge. I mean, it gave him the CyberDecks. It gave him the Breaker Bay to res the Adonis for free to get the money to biotic out that agenda. So, Architect giving you that information, just a really powerful card.
Architect's, it's my bane. I love it and I hate it.
Yeah,
it
is.
It's why I run 2 Mimics. And a lot of my lists, because I despise giving the corpse so much power.
Yeah.
And I hate waiting around to draw the Faust or the Mimic. And even with Faust, I mean, losing 3 cards, it's worth it. You got to do it.
Yeah, it's big. Because that's the thing about Architect. Early and late game. I mean, that was as late an Architect res as you're going to see in a game. Yeah. But it's still, the fact that she didn't have an answer for it on the spot, I mean, it literally won the game for Alec on the spot.
Yeah, that was the key.